I've been dancing since I was 7, and I've been doing it for almost 9 years at this point. I really got into it because of my heritage. My mom is actually like fully Irish. She was born in Dublin, raised there. She swore she'd never marry an American, but she did, so here I am. I dance for the Brosler School of Irish Dance. They have like studios in New York, in New Jersey, in Maryland, and Virginia. I've moved a lot because my dad's in the Army, so I've been to a couple different dance schools. Irish dancing, it doesn't change that much besides the interpretation and the choreography. Well, we got 2 different practice shoes. We have hard shoes and we've got soft shoes. Soft shoes kind of look like, they kind of remind people of ballet shoes, but they're basically just like thin leather slips with a lot of laces. And that is all done on your toes. It's basically silent, but you dance to music. It's very different from hard shoe. It's a leather shoe, but you have like a heel in the back and you have a tip in the front. You also can go on your toes in that. It's different from like tap and clogging, as it's not a performance really. Like, you don't get a piece of music, you don't get like a contemporary piece of music, you don't get like pop. It's all broken up into 8 bars, and the music's very traditional, and it doesn't matter what music plays, they have the same rhythm if you're doing the dance. So the 4 dances are slip jig, reel, treble jig, and hornpipe. Treble jig and hornpipe are both hard shoe dances, which means you dance them with hard shoes on and they have a different rhythm. Hornpipe is typically much longer than treble jig, but they're both really tiring when you have to do full runs of them. Reel and slip jig are both soft shoe dances, so you dance them in soft shoe. Slip jig is the longer one of the 2, and it is characteristically more graceful and just a little bit slower, but it demands a lot more from your muscles because you have to maintain every position a lot longer. You only dance 2 dances at a time for a year, and it all depends on your age group. So if you're like U12, that's an even number, so you would dance reel and hornpipe, so that's a short soft shoe and a longer hard shoe. And if you're an odd number, like U17, then you would do slip jig and treble jig. It takes a lot of stamina as far as making it through a full run of each dance, because you do 3 steps. Half a step is 8 bars, so you do that twice, so you'll have 60 bars, 60 bars, 16 bars, which is a lot. It's like sprinting with all of your energy for the entire time. It's pretty crazy. So another way that it differs from other kinds of dancing, like the way tap is done, Irish dance, you have to have your feet totally crossed. You should not be able to see your back knee when you're looking, because your legs should be crossed. Your feet should also be turned out the entire time. Your toes need to be pointed down. Your legs need to be straight. You can't have bent knees. You always have to kick your butt. You always have to have a certain sharpness to the way you dance. All of your beats in a hard shoe have to be clear. If you miss a beat, the judges are gonna know. We have a move called the click. So the heels on your hard shoes kind of have a little bump on the side of them. It's not really noticeable, but it allows us to click our heels together to make a noise, and the click move is just a straight up click. So you have to make sure that your leg goes almost above your head. As far as levels go, the competitive aspect of Irish dancing is way bigger than any show that you see. The World Championships is essentially the Olympics of Irish dancing. Your advance from beginner to advanced beginner is basically up to teacher discretion. When you get to novice, it's harder, so you need a first in all of those dances in order to move up. So once you're in prize winner, the same thing goes. It's just a whole new level of dance. Every time you move up, you have a lot of catch up to do because everyone's been there for a while. They're a lot more advanced than the level before you. And when you get out of prize winner, you go into prelim. Prelim is short for preliminary championship, which is the first level of championship. So you have to get the judges to place you first in both of your rounds, your soft shoe and your hard shoe round. And so you have to win the entire competition twice in order to move up to open championship. Prelim is where the top just distinguish themselves from the bottom. It's really difficult. And once you get to open, you want to work yourself through the ranks there, at the same time going to majors and attempting to place higher and higher and higher, so that someday you can go to nationals or worlds. As far as my level goes, I am currently at the preliminary championship level, and I am so close to getting to open. I have been placing in top 5 for a while now, trying to move my second up to a first twice now. So as far as like my dance schools, I started dancing when I lived in Germany. So I danced for the Tiernan School of Irish Dance. So I got my start there with Mary Sweeney. She danced for Riverdance as well. Then I moved to Virginia and I danced for the Comiskey School of Irish Dance, which was a brand new school, but we had a really, really good teacher, and I moved up to almost Freeland there. And then I came to Michigan and I competed for that same school. And then I switched to Ardon Academy, where I worked myself from last place to, I think my best placing up there was 5th. Then I came here and I started dancing for Brosler, and I started placing 4th, 3rd, and then 2nd, and hopefully 1st soon. So yeah, Irish dancing is a huge subculture once you get into it. It's really big, it's really, really tough. Yeah, from the outside, if you're just looking at pictures, the giant wigs, the ridiculously blingy dresses, it all looks a little superficial, but once you start like getting into it and you see the amount of effort, the amount of work, the amount of training that goes into all the technique, the wigs and dresses just disappear, and you're just focusing on the legs and the feet. And like, half the time the feet in hard shoe are a blur. You can only hear the sound, you don't see the feet. So yeah, it's really hard. It's really challenging, but it is super rewarding.